Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylaa.brianne if you're new here, and a lot of people will be new here because I only have 2 videos before this. But I plan on being more consistent. I say that every time, but we'll see what happens. Today I'm just coming back with a video on what I learned after being single for 5 years. I'm actually a goofy goober. I'm trying to be serious right now because this is more of a serious video. Let me just like, let me be serious. I can't be serious. I'm not a serious person. My last relationship was in 2020. I call him my COVID boyfriend. He knows who he is. And before that, I just had like, you know, first love, like high school boyfriend. And in between that, because you know it's a lot of years in between, I've had a couple of situationships that I do not recommend. If you're younger, do not let anybody trick you into being into a situationship, or do not like get attached. The first thing I learned is situationships are not cute or funny. All they do is take from you. Okay, you're not getting anything out of being in a situationship besides that little bit of temporary pleasure when they show you some attention, when they want something from you. Okay, my longest situationship lasted from 2021 until December last year. Okay, that's a long time. That's like 3 years or something, right? Like 2021, 2022, 2023, all of it. And I really thought that one day he would decide to make me his girlfriend, because he would say, you know, things that guys say to keep you around. Like, I could see you being the mother of my kids, like da da da. Oh my gosh, but he never we never went on one date. We never saw each other outside of the house, my house, or his car. Back then, my self-worth was low. Okay, my self-worth was low. Everybody has issues. My issues, I have daddy issues. And I just really didn't know my self-worth at all. I lacked self-respect, and I didn't have any boundaries. I didn't really have anybody to teach me that, or have any good examples as to what a high value woman, or a woman that's looking to be married in the future, looks like. I didn't really have like any conversations like that. I'm thankful now that I have YouTube. I've learned so much from like YouTube and books that I wish I had back then. But you know, as you mature, you realize like some things are not gonna fly, and then you see the way people who you aspire to be like, you see that you notice their actions, and you're like, well, okay, something's gotta change, because I'm not getting to where I want to be in life. So I'm obviously not taking the right steps. So situationships are good for nothing, actually. The only thing that you get from a situationship is like that temporary pleasure when the person messages you or shows you any type of attention. It's temporary pleasure, and I don't know what guys get out of it. I cannot talk from their point of view, but as a woman, all that happened for me in the situationship was somebody taking my energy, my positive feminine energy, just taking it away. I didn't gain anything from it at all. At all. I was not like, you know, faithful, like, you know, like not talking to other people. I wasn't acting like I was in a relationship, but like he was like my favorite person, and I really thought that he was going to ask me to be his girlfriend one day, even though we had never been on one date. And looking back on it, I cannot believe that I allowed someone to treat me that way. But my friends told me many times that I needed to leave him alone, because I would be, you know, like, I was attached. So when I would talk to them about him, obviously I'm like, oh my gosh, I like him so much, like. But he would say things, you know, that guys say to like keep me reeled in. He would tell me that he saw me as the mother of his kids, and I'm not the type of person that can have relationships with somebody and not get attached. Like if I do that with you, I like you, and I'm visualizing a future. So somewhere in my crazy little young mind, I thought that he was gonna ask me to be his girlfriend, and that never happened. It never happened, and it never will happen. And I'm thankful for him because it taught me that I need to have boundaries, that I need to have self-respect and not allow anybody to treat me that way. If it wasn't for him, then I possibly could be dealing with that right now. When I think about it, I always say my husband would never, like my future husband, he would never treat me that way. My future husband is gonna make sure I'm happy, reassured, whatever I need. My future husband is gonna be there, and he's gonna let me know what he wants. He's not gonna play any games around it. He was playing a whole bunch of games, and I was falling for it because I was naive, and I don't want you to be naive. These men, right? The young guys especially, he was young, I was young, all they really care about is the relations that y'all are gonna have. It's gonna help his ego, however he feels, he's gonna feel great after, and it's just gonna take from you. Please. Please. So that's the first thing I learned. Just try to stay away from situationships. If you want to do something like that with somebody and get attached with somebody, make him make it official, and then give him a deadline for when you want to get married. That's the timing I'm on now. I just feel like you have to keep yourself safe. You have to keep yourself safe, like physically, mentally, emotionally, because they're just going to take away from you, and I don't want you depleted. You can't be depleted before your husband gets here, because what is your husband going to have to take from? You have to have energy and like mental capacity saved up for your husband. You cannot be all destroyed, because then he's gonna have to put you all back together. You want to be ready when your husband comes, and being in a situationship is not going to be helpful if you plan on getting married. Okay, so that's my first thing. The second thing is well, it's kind of ties into the first thing, but just basically that sex is not love. Like you have to find love within yourself and love from God, because if you don't know, God loves you more than anyone could ever love you. And after that, you have to learn to love yourself. There's so many exercises and books you can read on self-love and how to get through self-hate. I wouldn't say I ever hated myself, but I know that if I loved myself 100%, I would never allow other people to treat me the way I allowed them to treat me. So just working on your self-love and knowing that love from a man is never going to fulfill you if you don't love yourself or know that God loves you 100%. Like, he will do anything for you, and you came into this for yourself. You will do anything for yourself. No man's love, oh my gosh, because if he leaves, right, okay, say he finally comes and he's giving you all the compliments, all of the love or whatever, and then you start to feel good about yourself, and then y'all break up, then you're gonna go back down. You have to be good whether or not he is around. And that is so important. It's so important. That's why I think it is good to be single for a period of time, not always jumping into relationships as soon as you break up with somebody. Like, take some time for yourself and love on yourself. That is so important. So that's the second thing I learned. The third thing I learned is that no one is coming to save you, and that you need to prioritize yourself. So I was on some, I can't wait till my husband comes, like my life is going to be so much better when my husband comes. And this is me saying this at like 22, 23. Like, my husband is still grinding right now. My husband is getting it together so that when we meet, we can lock in, and I'm getting it together too, and then we'll build together. But no one is coming to save me. I'm at this point, right? I'm working on personal development and I'm trying to attract money. We don't say chase money or chasing the bag. We say we're attracting the bag, because you can't chase, especially as a female, we're not chasing, okay, we're attracting. So attracting money, I'm working on my feminine energy. I'm really into fitness right now and eating healthy and reading my books and everything to develop myself as a person. But I really used to say, like, I can't wait until my husband comes, like, to save me. Nobody's coming to save me. I have to do all of the work myself to make myself the best person that I can be. And then when we come together, finally, we will be able to make a great team. But if he comes and you didn't do any work on yourself, then he's gonna have to help you with yourself, and then it'll just slow down the whole process. So I really recommend, like, working on yourself and realizing that you have to put in work. I'm not even saying, like, go work hard at a job, because when your husband comes, he's not going to care how much money you make. But I'm saying follow your dreams. Like, pursue your passion. Whatever it is, pursue your passion. Don't worry about what your parents say, what other people are doing as far as, like, going to school or, like, starting a business. Like, really, like, sit down and think about what you want to do or how you see yourself in the future, and then figure out what that person does on the daily, and then do that. Because at the end of the day, you want to be happy and you want to put something out in the world that people remember you for. I find a lot of fulfillment in helping people, giving people information, also spreading kindness. Like, I feel like one of my special abilities is that I make people feel seen. I make people feel seen when I talk to them, when I include them in conversations. I don't like when anybody feels left out. I'm always smiling at people, wishing them a good day, and that makes me happy. That, like, my smile and my aura and my personality, just having a conversation with somebody who looks like they're down, makes them feel good. So just figure out what you're good at, and then just become the best at that. And when your person comes, he is going to love you for that, not for, like, any monetary reasons. If the man that comes to be with you is worried about how much money you make, or excited because, like, you're a millionaire, it seems like he wants to be saved, and we're not out here saving men, are we? I hope not. I'm not really into that. I'm into providers. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, because I don't see myself working for anybody else besides myself, or contributing to me and my husband's business. And my title will be CEO of the house. CEO of the house with a couple of side businesses. I'm not into being a provider because that would very much put me back into my masculine energy, which I'm working so hard to stray away from. Okay, so the fourth one is pour into yourself so that you can pour into others. So that is as far as, you know, your health, self-care, and then also saying no. If you say yes to everything, you'll be totally depleted. If you don't feel like doing something, say no with a smile on your face. Say, like, no respectfully, like, I just don't feel like doing that today. Maybe another time. Say it in the nicest way possible, or not. I don't know. Whatever makes you feel good. But definitely saying no, and making sure that you care for yourself throughout the week. Don't, like, once a month, oh yeah, let me do this for myself. And this is also, like, eating healthy every day, prioritizing getting sleep, you know, not eating so much junk food. I know I said eating healthy already, but, like, I feel like that the big ones are eating healthy, getting enough sleep, and then making sure you feel good and look good when you go out the door, because then you will be confident and you will be able to approach people and make connections and network, and you do better work when you step out the door and you're feeling good and you're well rested and you've exercised, and you get more things done that way. So definitely pouring into yourself as far as self-care, and then just being able to say no, and praying, obviously, and praying. that you can do whatever you have to do to succeed. And then when you succeed, then you can give back. Giving back can be it doesn't even have to be monetarily. It can be, you know, as little as wishing somebody a good day and going out and spreading kindness. Like, that can also be considered giving back. So just do whatever you can, and then when you're able to give back monetarily, that'll probably feel even greater. I can't wait until like I can just go bless people and like change people's lives, and it's not even like an issue for me. That will be so fantastic. And the last thing I learned is that boundaries are pivotal, and that you have to respect yourself in order for others to respect you. Lacking self-respect, oh my gosh, people will take advantage of you all of the way if they see that you're not confident or you just don't have any respect for yourself. They'll do whatever you allow them to do, and if you don't have any boundaries, you'll allow a lot of stuff. I allowed men, not so much women. I've never really had any bad run-ins with women. All of the women that I have, a few women that are around me, they are all great, and they are all supportive, and whenever we've had a disagreement, we can talk it out respectfully. But like, I just have a really bad relationship with some men. Well, I used to, and I didn't want to say no because I felt like they would like leave even though we weren't really together. It's so, it gets bad, it gets deep, but like, really, just do some reading on boundaries and learning how to say no to people, because you'll just create unnecessary trauma that you'll have to work through. And life comes with, you know, trauma as it is. You don't need to add unnecessary trauma because you can't say no to a person who you don't owe anything to. I wish I would have said no to a bunch of things that went down in the last couple of years, but they all play into the person that I will be in the future, so I don't regret anything. I just have learned from the situations, and I'm oh my gosh, a bonus one, your intuition as a lady. Oh my goodness, follow your intuition, listen to your body. Your body's gonna tell you when a person is not good for you. Your intuition is going to make you anxious. Pay attention to how a person makes you feel. If a person does not make you feel light, happy, free, comfortable, not overthinking, not anxious, then that person is not for you. It gets deep. This is all I have to say for today. I can't even go on anymore. I'll see you guys in the next video, but you know, stay safe out here, respect yourself, don't get into any situationships, and take care of yourself. Prioritize self-care and self-development, and you'll be the greatest person that you can be in a couple of days, months, weeks, whatever it takes. If you put in the work, you'll get there. Okay, bye guys.